Fashion is beautiful, but we still need to take steps to make it sustainable. These are the collections of our talented fashion students who want to see a different future for the industry. Hi, I'm Kate, and I'm here with Milka Seppänen, the 2020 winner of the Designer's Nest competition for fashion graduates in the Nordics. Tell me a little bit about your collection.
Well, my collection was inspired by pictures of my mom and her friends in the 1980s Helsinki underground and club scene, and the kind of DIY ethos that was part of the era. Like, my mother had a lot of clothing made by my grandmother, and it was quite like what fashion students do today. Like, they go to a secondhand store and they, make their own style. With that, went really well to use recycled materials and also supported the atmosphere of the collection.
What is it that you enjoyed most about making these?
I think the sourcing of the materials. So a lot of them were from recycling centers and flea markets, but also like leftover materials from my previous schoolworks. I got some materials from friends and from family, just things they had lying around. It was quite exciting to see what was going to happen. I really didn't know how the end result would be because it had quite a lot of fate and luck in terms of what materials I could find and how to make them work.
There's a tremendous amount of working with your hands involved in something like this. So, for example, have you made this yourself?
Yeah, this knit was made out of bleached crochet scarves that I found from flea markets, and then I hand knitted the rest of the pieces here at school and just combined them with the other materials.
Yeah.
So it was kind of like building a puzzle or something.
I can't help but notice the amazing work here with the belts. My eye goes straight to this one, I have to admit, to the tail. So what can we learn from your collection for the future?
Well, I think my collection can be some sort of inspiration on how to use recycled materials, but obviously this is a very small scale and crafty project, so taking these things to a bigger scale or industrial scale is harder, but I think it can provoke thoughts on how to use existing materials.
Inna Skaljala won the Nautis Award given by industry professionals. Tell me a little bit about your collection.
The starting point for my collection was the emotional relationship between a person and their clothing. And I approached that through looking at how garments are worn, how the passage of time is visible through secondhand or upcycled materials.
So what are some of the details that we see here? Obviously there's some seashells and a fishing net, but how have you come across these?
In the beginning I already framed myself really tightly that I want to do a very restricted silhouette and just repetitions of the same thing. That was a way for me to give space to the organic process of finding something that I like or a material, something that has like a charming, tangible quality. And I found this huge piece of fishing net from a guy from Tori.fi. And there was something about how it feels and how it looks, but also how it smells and how it's from the 50s, and somehow it evoked a lot of memories in me from my childhood of going sailing to some boat shed that smells like tar and salt. And it was somehow such a vivid and like a warm sensation.
So how do you actually go about making pieces like this?
The suits are done with traditional tailoring methods, which I knew nothing about, but I'm a huge fan of. It's a very slow process of making a lot of things by hand, which is something that I really enjoy doing. Then I use some laser cutting to create patterns, floral patterns on tailoring pieces, which kind of derived from the camouflage clothing I was researching. Then the knitwear, these particular ones here, have been dyed with rust.
With rust?
Yes, I like the incontrollable solution. That's also, I think, the beauty of like student work. You're able to experiment and do things from a personal starting point. And sure, like many of the things would absolutely not be possible to manufacture in real life, but it still gives what's an essential part of fashion as well. It's not just filling a necessity or producing things, but this kind of dream space where the clothing evokes something else than not just a desire to wear it or buy it.
What does sustainability mean to you as a young designer?
I do feel like young designers have the opportunity, untainted by the practices of the fashion industry, to really start from like a clean slate and develop their ways of working and thinking into something that's less harmful and more respectful towards communities and ecologies and human rights in general.
What do you see as the future of the industry?
I feel optimistic as long as people don't feel exhausted or crushed underneath the vastness of this issue. I think it's super important for young designers to also find joy in this, and we're an important part of making change, but if we don't enjoy doing that, then the result will not replace the old